Störtebeker Atlantik Ale.
And remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. This is a beer from Störtebeker. Now, I had a very traumatic experience with this lot. I tried for the first time a German porter, and quite frankly, it was fucking rotten. It had way too much sugar in it. It smelled really nice. I thought this is quite promising. The Germans really are good at brewing. They can copy an English style beer. Oh, how fucking wrong I was. It was disgusting. It contained so much for the fucking Reinheitsgebot. It had loads of sugar in it, and it was sickly sweet. Not good. And I got these off my mate Norby, so I really do appreciate that, Norby. I'm not knocking the beer. You weren't to know, but I've got another one here, and believe me, this does not look good either. It's what they call an Atlantik Ale. Apparently that's a style. The first people to brew that, I think, were who's the lot from Cornwall? St Austell. I think they've done an Atlantik Ale, and I may have reviewed it on the channel. I can't remember, but this is their interpretation of an Atlantik Ale, and it's full of American style hops, and apparently it's got American style flavours in as well. So where the fuck that's come from, being an English ale, I have no idea. But they reckon it's a copy of the English pale ale style. Well, I'm here to fucking tell you that there's no fucking American hops in an English pale ale. But relax, don't go into a rant yet. This is a brewery that's based in a place called Stralsund, which is, if you know your German geography, it's east of a place called Rostock, which is on the coast. It's on the Baltic coast, and they do have quite a big maritime tradition there. So much so that they do make a lot of mention of the Hanseatic League, which was basically a conglomerate of, or a union, I should say, of merchants and citizens of the area around the Baltic coast, and they were basically set up to form trade unions and also for defence as well. And Störtebeker is actually named after a pirate. Now, he was originally a mercenary, and he fought in the war between Denmark and Sweden in the 1600s, and after that, when the war was over, he decided, fuck it, I'm just going to raid some ships. And he basically attacked the ships from the merchant ships from the Hanseatic League. He was eventually captured. But the name Störtebeker, that was his name, apparently. And it roughly translates into gulp the contents of a mug down in one go. So, or something like that. I don't know. I'm fucking winging it here. But that's what it basically means. And yeah, he was eventually captured and executed. And that put a stop to his piracy. But this is a beer that has come over from Germany. It was brought over by my mate Norby. And he said these lot are quite popular over in the northern part of Germany, and I'd never heard of them before. And I don't think you may be able to get it over here. I don't think I've seen it online before, but yeah, to be honest, going on the strength of that porter that they did, I'm not really enthused with what they've brewed so far. I do have this, and I have a Hefeweizen in the fridge as well, or Hefeweizen in the fridge. So yeah, I'm going to get through them, and hopefully it's not going to be painful. I'm saying that I'm really ungrateful, but yeah, I can't get through to you how bad that porter was. What were they thinking? If they'd have left the sugar out, it would have been really nice. I don't know whether that's a thing they have to do in Germany, because people don't like extremely bitter beers, because it did actually smell, for what I love in a porter or a stout, very bitter, very, quite dark chocolate, coffee, roasted malt type aroma, really strong as well. And I thought, wow, this is going to be a good one. And yeah, they even said it on the side. So yeah, stick your Reinheitsgebot up your Aris. It doesn't mean a thing. But there you go. Yeah, and that's about it really. They've been going quite a while actually. 1862. They've only been called Störtebeker since, I think, is it 2009 or 2011? It's one of the two. But they've been based up in the area of Stralsund since 1862. I should say 1862. That's the first record of them being up there. And surprisingly, they weren't bombed during the war. Now you would think with Rostock there was a lot of heavy fighting around there, mostly against the Soviets when they invaded in the latter part of the war. And Rostock was virtually destroyed by the Soviets. And this place seems to have, or this brewery seems to have been unscathed. And they've survived since then under various names, and now they are called Störtebeker and are relatively popular. So what do I know? But yeah, as you can see on the label, they are very proud of their maritime history, and particularly of the Hanseatic League as well. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's investigate the beer. Right, well this is where the alarm bells will start fucking jangling. It's a 500ml bottle. It is 5.1%? Yes, it's 5.1%. Atlantik Ale. Yeah, I mean they've obviously copied that off the Cornish brewer St Austell. It contains pilsner malt and wheat. Wheat you don't normally get in a pale ale in the UK. You may get it in some dark beers, but not in a pale ale. You wouldn't put wheat in a pale ale. And they say there's special malts in there as well. They don't make a big thing about what's in there. And what else they've got? The hops they've got, here we go, Amarillo and Citra. That's not English. You would not find them in a true English pale ale. But the worst is yet to come. They've got Cascade. Not a fucking fan of Cascade, I have to say. They used it in the King Goblin that I reviewed recently. And that the trademark of Cascade hops is big grapefruit. And I'm not a fan of grapefruit, certainly not in beer. I don't think it's got a place in beer. But, the Yanks seem to think that that's acceptable. I don't mind the odd New England IPA, I have to admit. And I don't mind the odd West Coast IPA as well. But I have other styles of beer that I'm more enamoured with. Anyway, let's shut up. Let's get it home. Let's see what's going on. Right, I will get ye oldie cap lifter, the posh one. Wow, first go as well. And just to reinforce what I was saying about their seafaring tradition in that region, you have a picture of a sailing ship on there. And if you look on the website, they've got a big photograph of a sailing ship on there to commemorate the Hanseatic League. There you go. Sounds like a football league, but it ain't. Right. I haven't had an American style IPA or pale ale. Wow, that looks like a Helles. That looks like a fucking dirty glass as well. You fucking savage.
You filthy little devil.
Right, let's see what we're getting on the nose. You can smell the grapefruit. It's big. And it's not clever. And that's Percy. Come on in, Percy, come on. Get your fat arse in here. Come on. He's getting fucking fatter, ain't you, mate? Hey? Get out of it. I know where that tongue's been. What do you think of that? Yeah, oh, no. His fucking tongue went in the glass. And I can this is going to be disgusting, but I'm going to drink it. Fuck it. I won't fill it to the top. You are a little shithouse. His first reaction is to eat something and then fucking see whether he likes it or not, rather than just sniff it. Wait, they're talking about you. Look at the camera. Right. Oh, I'm getting essence of dog breath. I've got all 3 of them in here now. Come on, Dora. I'll show you Dora. This little cow is banned from the puppy party because she's growling at everyone. And yeah, they said to her, can you kindly not bring her down next time, because she was upsetting all the other puppies. You wouldn't think she's a fucking tiny terror with ear holes like that. But she is. She's not a bad little dog. She's like a shit factory in a fur coat. But there you go. Right, I'm going to put them down there because they're all going to start kicking off in a minute. The fucking battles they have against each other, fucking horrendous. Right, let's fucking not drink out the side that Percy did. This is disgusting, I know, but fuck it. I'm not putting it into... Oh no, I better put it into another glass. People may talk. Right, straight back into the fucking dishwasher with that one. I was going to do it. I fucking hate it. It's disgusting when I think about it now. What was you thinking, you soppy bastard? Right. Actually, oh yeah, no, there it is. I thought I was getting some malty overtones on that, but I'm not. That's just pure grapefruit, that is. Oh, I don't know whether I'm going to like this or not. Right, let's fucking give it a go. Zum Wohl, as I say in Germany. Well, that's interesting and weird at the same time, because there is a big aroma of grapefruit on that, but not a lot of grapefruit on the palate. And it actually does kind of remind me of an English pale ale. What the fuck is going on here? Well, that is fucking strange. What the hell is going on? This is really confusing the hell out of me. They've used Amarillo, they've used Citra, and they've used Cascade. 3 hops which are renowned for their resinous pine, their citrus, and their fruity notes, and their bitterness as well. But this is very malt forward. I know there's wheat in here. This is top fermented as well. They have stuck to tradition in that sense, and it actually does taste like a bit like an English pale ale. Wow, how the hell has this happened? That is, I take it all back. I fucking take it all back. Yes, there is little citrusy notes on here, and the citrus aroma is big, but on the palate and the finish, it's all about the malt. Now, they said there was Pilsner malt in here, which that's not a traditional English style, but pale malt is. So yeah, work that one out. But you've also got, they put wheat in there. Wheat is not something you would find in a light colour beer like this. Usually you'd find wheat in a darker colour beer. That's what gives it its big, full-bodied chewiness. But it's coming through on here very nicely indeed. And it's confusing the hell out of me because the aroma says American. The palate and the finish says English. Even the Cascade isn't coming through that much on it. It's there is a little hint of grapefruit, I will say that. But the aromas are really deceiving. From what, for me personally, I suppose a seasoned IPA drinker, certainly of American style IPAs, would say the flavours are quite insipid, or sorry, the aromas are quite insipid, because they're used to huge, you know, real big, piney, resinous, grapefruity, mango, passion fruit, that type of aroma on a beer. But I have to say, this lot have done it quite well. The bitterness is coming through a little bit more now, I have to say. Once you get past that initial maltiness, the hop character does start coming through after a few mouthfuls. But it really isn't that bad. Yeah, confusing. Wow. Mouth feels nice, reasonably full-bodied. I'd expect that with the wheat, because that's what wheat does. It's also good for head retention as well. And there's a haze to it. I don't know if you can see that or not. There is a slight haze. Carbonation, if you look on there doesn't seem to be much carbonation, but on the mouth there is, or on the palate, I should say, on the mouth. The palate. Yeah, wow, that really is deceptive. That to me is like bitter grapefruit, citrus, not so much pine, but it's bitter, very bitter type aroma to it. But on the palate, very confusing. What the fuck is Dora eating? Oh, she's eating one of my boots. You little fucking cow. This is what she does. This is one of my boots. Can you see that? She's just fucking chewed it. Well fucking done. Right, you've all got to go because there's fucking chaos. I've got Percy sniffing his fucking nads. I've got little Bob on me lap here. He's getting his nads sniffed by Percy, who's just put his fucking tongue in that glass. So I'm glad I didn't drink out of that glass, because they've probably been on his nads before, and they've all got to go. Right, out. Come on. And you, Dora, you little fucking chewer. Out. Oh look, it's fucking chaos. The ghost of Rod Hull has possessed these three fucking dogs. You've got to give me a while, because I've got to try and usher these three out, and it's going to be like herding cats. Give me 2 minutes. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus, I love the dogs, but Jesus Christ, sometimes they are just fucking... Oh. Well, there goes me boot. That's not going to be waterproof now. I'll take the thing what else she's chewed. She's fucking chewed everything. I put me fucking pants on the other day and me fucking junk fell out of it, where she chewed the crotch out of it. Me missus put her pyjamas on and her foot went through a hole, and she had like the leg of the pyjamas just swinging about. My socks, I've put socks on and they've fucking gone straight through where she's chewed the bottom of them. Honestly, she is a fucking nightmare. I caught her the other day. She had my daughter's makeup brush in her gob and she was chewing the hell out of that. Oh, fucking Ada. Get a dog, they said. It would be fun. Right, let's go in again. That is not bad. There is the citrus notes are there. I'm not going to lie to you, they are there. There's even that slight grapefruit bitterness as well, which I'm not a fan of, and I'm assuming that's coming from the Cascade. So if I try and blot that out, the finish on it is reasonably malty, and that's nice, because normally on these New World pale ales, these American pale ales, I think that's what they should call them, American pale ales, these American, I'm not going to even start on the fucking whole debate about IPAs and what the Americans have done to that term. It's completely meaningless now. It really is. It's just a marketing term. You can have sour IPAs, raspberry fucking IPAs, milkshake IPAs, for fuck's sake. It's absolutely fucking meaningless. There is only one true IPA. That is the English style of IPA. And if you're trying to concoct some other style of beer and call it an IPA, you're a fucking shithouse. But there you go. Rant over. I'm going to take one more mouthful out of this, and that's going to be it, because I'm just getting fucking sidetracked. He's not coming in. Out. Come on. Out. This is like fucking Johnny Morris when he was on Blue Peter with the fucking animals going mental. Right. One more mouthful. I'll give you a final summary, and then we'll get on to the next section. Nice. It's quite cold, so I'm probably disguising some of the flavours here, so you have to take that into consideration. This beer has come out of the fridge. It is chilled. I imagine if you drank this at a warmer temperature, you would probably get maybe some more of that citrus. He will not take no for an answer. Percy, out. Fucking hell. I will get through this. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, I imagine if this was drunk at a slightly warmer temperature, you would probably get some more of the citrus notes, and the flavour profile might change. As it stands now, I'm glad I'm drinking it at the temperature it is, because I would imagine, and I'm not saying this is a blanket statement to all the people who are viewing this, there's probably a lot of you out there who like that American style, citrusy, grapefruity type, you know, I'm not going to call it an IPA, American style beer, that's what I call it, New World style beer. And you're probably partial to that. I'm not, and I think, well, that's a lie actually, because I don't mind the odd West Coast IPA, because I know what I'm getting into if I drink a West Coast IPA. It's going to be bitter, it's going to be very dry, and it's going to be like very, very bitter on the finish. There's going to be no malt character in there at all. So as long as I know what I'm getting into, then that's okay. It's not my beer of choice, put it that way, but if it's that or nothing, then I'll go for that. But this, I think, is drunk at the right temperature. There may be other flavours. So if you see other reviews of this, they've probably drunk it warmer than I have, and they're probably getting more flavours. Yes, I'm not going to deny it, there is citrus on there. You've got 3 American hops, you've got Amarillo, you've got Citra, and you've got Cascade. All big on the citrus, the pine, the resin, and I'm sure that's in there to an extent. Maybe not at this temperature. All I'm getting now is quite a smooth, malty finish on it, with little overtones of that citrusy style that the American hops will produce. But all in all, I have to say, it's not bad. I really did have reservations about them when they were saying, oh, it's a copy of an English pale ale. But to be honest, with that big malty finish, that's what English pale ales are. That's what they do. I know the term pale ale, again, has lost a bit of its meaning. They started calling it Old Speckled Hen a fucking pale ale now. That's just a marketing ploy. So you could argue, well, what is a true English pale ale? Maybe Timothy Taylor. I would say that was one of the archetypal English pale ales. There are others as well. The Sussex Brewery do a pale ale too. What's that Sussex Brewery? Is it not Hepworth? Yeah, Hepworth. They do a Sussex pale ale. That's really nice. And again, that's what I would class as a traditional English pale ale. But this is not bad, I have to say. So what's the verdict on Störtebeker Atlantik Ale? Well, I had so many fucking misgivings about this. I really did. When I saw the brew sheet, and thankfully this brewery do a brew sheet, I just saw all them American hops, and I saw the fucking spiel that they were saying about trying to copy an English pale ale. But I'll tell you what, they ain't done a bad job, and they've rescued themselves from the fucking depths, because that porter that they did, watch that when it comes up. I'm not sure what order this is going to go in. I'll probably put that porter review up next. That was fucking disgusting. Don't even bother. It's like no porter you'd have ever touched. Fuck me, the computer's talking to me. The porter's terrible. So if you do see this beer, now again, this is a caveat I have to put in. This beer is probably not that widely available in the UK, and you have to weigh up if you're thinking about buying this stuff. The cost, is it worth it? Is this worth going out your way and buying? I would say it's probably going to be expensive. You're going to have to pay postage on it. I'm going to say no, because at the end of the day, I want you to drink the best beers that are out there and that are readily available. This isn't the best beer that's out there. I have to say that. It has surprised me. It's not the best English style pale ale, or even the best Atlantik Ale, and that is apparently that's a style. It was invented by the St Austell Brewery, and of course the St Austell Brewery, they're based in Cornwall, which is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, so they do have a right to say that. And I suppose in an age where people are making up styles of beer, then yeah, you can't really argue. But there you go. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, because I had misgivings about it, and they did rescue themselves. That sounds a bit harsh, but if they'd have put English style hops in there, or even German noble hops, that would have been a real fucking twist on it. An English style pale ale, top fermented with noble hops. Maybe that would have tasted like a Kolsch. Who knows? But not bad, Störtebeker. I've got one more in there. I've got a Weizen in there. Again, they're fucking killing each other down there, if you can hear the barking. But yeah, not bad. I'm going to give it a 6. I think that's all it's worth, because it's not really a standout beer. It's just surprised me that it's better than I thought it was going to be. I looked at the side of it, and I was going to give it a 2 out of 10 immediately in my head. But it just goes to show, don't judge a book by the cover. And remember, beer is working class champagne.